Good morning, and thank you for joining my live yoga session. Good morning. Thank you for joining me for a live yoga session this Wednesday morning. If you have a yoga mat, please use that. And if you have a block or a bolster or even maybe a towel to help offer some support, please have those handy. I'm going to choose a few random poses from my random yoga pose app here. And I'll add these into our routine this morning. So as we get started, we'll begin today in a cross-legged seat. Being mindful of which leg is in front. Place your hands on your lap. Maybe close your eyes and begin to focus on your breath. Full inhales and complete exhales. Sitting up nice and tall. And if your eyes are closed, maybe flutter your eyelids open and let your hands fall to your sides. On an inhale, circle sweep arms up to sky, fingers reaching up to the ceiling. And exhale, bring hands down to the mat. Your gaze can follow your fingertips. Inhale to circle, sweep arms up to sky, fingers up to the ceiling. Gaze can look up. And exhale to lower down. Inhale to circle, sweep arms up. We'll find a twist on our exhale. As you exhale, twist to the right. Right fingertips behind you, left fingertips on your thigh. Take an inhale here. Press into that thigh, twisting to the right, exhale. Inhale to slight untwist. And exhale to twist. Inhale, slight untwist. And exhale to twist. Face the front, inhale, circle, sweep arms up to sky. We'll rotate to the left as we exhale. Exhale, left fingertips behind you, right hand on your left thigh. Take an inhale here. Pressing into that thigh, twist left, exhale. Inhale, slight untwist. And exhale to twist. Inhale to slight untwist. And exhale to twist. Inhale, face front, circle, sweep arms up to sky. And exhale, bring hands down to your side and straighten out your legs in front. Have a slight bend to your knees and windshield wiper your feet left and right. Find stillness and find staff pose here. Legs out in front. You can have a slight bend to your knees. We'll find a forward fold. Inhale to bring arms up to sky. And as you exhale, hinge forward at the waist, sending the abdomen towards the thighs. And place your hands on your feet, your shins, your thighs, wherever is comfortable to find a forward fold here. Take a few inhales and exhales in our forward fold. Letting the chest draw towards the knees on each exhale, melting towards the mat. And once you've taken about 3 or 4 breaths, melting into our forward fold, inhale to rise back up. Place your hands behind you and press into your hands just to open up our chest, finding a little bit of an alternate pose to our forward fold. Take a few breaths here. And come back to our staff pose. Send the left leg a little bit further out to the left and draw your bent right knee in. So place the bottom of the right foot inside your left thigh, kind of making a figure 4 with our legs here. Left leg is long, right knee is bent out to the right, and the right foot is placed on the inner thigh. We're going to be bending over our left leg here, and you can have a slight bend to your left knee again. Rotate your torso towards the left. Similar motion to our forward fold. Inhale to circle, sweep arms up to sky. And as you exhale, fold over that left leg, only as far as feels good. Place your hands on your foot, your shin, your thigh, wherever is comfortable. And take a few inhales and exhales here in our one-legged forward fold. Once you've taken 3 or 4 breaths in our forward fold, inhale to walk the hands up to center. And as you exhale, straighten that right leg out on the mat. Bring the left leg in towards it and windshield wiper those feet left and right again. Find stillness. We'll do that forward fold with the other leg. Send the right leg a little bit to the right. Bend that left knee out and place the bottom of the left foot inside that right thigh. Almost like you're doing a seated tree pose. Sitting up nice and tall, take an inhale to bring arms up. As you exhale, turn towards that right leg and fold over the right thigh. Again, only as far as feels good. Your low back might feel different on this side. I know mine does. And the older we get, the different sides of our body will feel. Take a few breaths here in our one-legged forward fold towards the right. Once you've taken 3 or 4 breaths, inhale to rise up. Exhale, bring the legs back into staff pose. Windshield wiper those feet once again. And begin to make your way to tabletop. You can cross your ankles and roll over your ankles or send the legs out to one side, moving into a tabletop. If your knees need a bit more cushion here, you can place that towel underneath your knees to add some cushion. We'll find some cats and cows in our tabletop. On an inhale, let the belly drop, chest comes forward, gaze comes up for cow. And exhale to round through the back for cat. Inhale to come into cow. And exhale, rounding through the back for cat. Take a few cats and cows moving at your own pace on your own breath. And once you've done 3 or 4 cats and cows moving at your own pace, find stillness here. Walk the hands about a palm print further in front. We're going to move into downward facing dog. If downward facing dog is uncomfortable, feel free to stay in tabletop or find child's pose. We'll do a few movements in our down dog. Tuck your toes. Take a full inhale here. As you exhale, press the hips up and back, sending the heels down towards the mat, hips up towards the sky. Maybe walk your hands a little wider for a strong, sturdy base. And find our downward facing dog. Bend into one knee and bend into the other, walking our dog. And then find stillness. Take a few breaths here in our down dog. Full inhales and complete exhales, feeling the whole body stretch along the back side of our body. We're going to move into a 3-legged dog. On an inhale, draw the right foot up to sky. And then as you exhale, come into a low lunge, placing that left foot next to the right foot. Start to walk your hands towards the center, finding a wide-legged forward fold here. You may need to play with foot placement, maybe moving the feet a little wider to find our forward fold. And just hang out here for a little bit. Let the crown of the head draw down towards the mat. And maybe sway your hands left and right, maybe even bending into the knees, getting some movement here in our knees. And then find stillness, let the crown of the head draw down towards the mat and just hang here for a moment. Then begin to walk the hands back towards that right foot, finding that low lunge once again. We're going to move back into that three-legged dog. Press into the hands and inhale to draw the right foot up to our three-legged dog. And exhale, lower the right foot down to the mat. Let's find tabletop here briefly. Lower the knees to the mat. Bring our hands back towards center. And maybe slow wag of the tail. Send the hips gently left and right. And I'm going to spin around here so you have my better side for the second side. Little wag of the tail here. And then come back to tabletop, find stillness. Walk the hands about a palm print further forward, tuck your toes, take a full inhale. Pressing back to downward facing dog as you exhale. Again, pedal those feet, bending into the knees. Before we find stillness, a couple breaths in our down dog. And then inhale to draw the left leg up to sky, three-legged dog. As you exhale, come into a low lunge, placing the left foot on the outside of the left hand. You might need to walk the foot a little bit further forward. And then begin to walk your hands around, finding our wide-legged forward fold again. And just sway here, just like the other side. Swaying, bending into the knees, bringing some gentle movements into our body. Then find stillness, just hang here for a couple breaths. Before you walk your hands around to your left again, finding that low lunge. Pause here briefly. Then on an inhale, draw that left leg up to our three-legged dog. And exhale, lower the left foot to the mat. Let's find tabletop here just for a moment. And transition into a seated pose. Pausing here briefly to catch our breath. Before we make our way onto our backs, using your strong abdominals, lower down slowly. Once you're on your back, draw your knees into your chest, maybe rock gently left and right. Let the left leg go long along the mat. Draw your right knee into your chest. Use the left hand on the outside of the right thigh. Draw that bent right knee across your body to the left, sending the right hand out in a T. And maybe your gaze can follow your right knee and your gaze can go towards the left. Spend a few moments here in our spinal twist. Try to keep both shoulder blades attached to the mat and keep the twist in the lower half of your body. Come back to center, draw the right knee into your chest. Let the right leg go long along the mat and draw your bent left knee into your chest. Use your right hand on the outside of the left thigh, bringing that bent left knee across your body to the right. Left hand goes out in a T and your gaze can go towards the left. Bring that knee back across the body, hugging it into your chest. Draw your right knee in as well. Maybe rock gently left and right. Come back to center, hug both knees into your chest. Make yourself into a tiny little ball before releasing everything down into Shavasana. If in Shavasana your low back needs a bit more support, you can use your towel here to support your low back. Or if that is still uncomfortable, you can keep your knees bent, feet flat on the mat to allow that low back to have full contact with the mat. Have your feet maybe mat distance apart and let the knees fall into center so you can be fully relaxed here. And just take a few moments in Shavasana. Closing your eyes, letting your body relax. Relaxing the face, the neck, the shoulders, the whole back, your buttocks, your thighs, your calves, your feet, your arms, and your hands. Let everything be heavy. Bring some movements back into your body, circling wrists and ankles, maybe windshield wipering knees. Then let the legs be long along the mat. Point the toes away, point the fingers away for a full body good morning stretch. And roll to one side and cradle your head in the crook of your arm before pressing up to a seated position. Thank you for joining me for my Wednesday morning yoga session. Namaste.